This is One on One. We're pleased to welcome Stanley Richards, Executive Vice President, the Fortune Society, and the founder of the Fortune Society, David Rothenberg. Hey, gentlemen.
How you doing, Steve? Glad to be here.
Give us a short version. The Fortune Society is?
An organization that works with men and women who've been incarcerated when they come out.
You started it.
Started it in 1967.
Because?
Because I had produced a play. I knew nothing about prisons, went to Rikers Island with the actors who wanted to authenticate the roles they were playing, and I was devastated by what I saw. My original reaction is, whatever these young men are in there for, we're in the juvenile section, I said, how are they going to be better as a result of this experience when they come out? And we started dialogues at the theater after performances. The Times did a story on that. I started meeting men and then later women who had been in prison. And I said, we have a nucleus of an organization, which was to just educate the public. I didn't think I was going to be leaving my theater world, but as we became visible and audible on radio and television, people were coming to us for help. And our service component joined our advocacy. And 52 years later, we have a staff of 300 people and wonderful people like Stanley Richards.
Where do you come into this?
Gave me an opportunity when I came home from prison.
91?
1991. I was looking for work and went to all these organizations that work with
Hold on, go back. You were in prison?
I was in prison.
How long?
For 4.5 years. I was sentenced to 9 years.
Were you at Rikers as well?
Rikers. I spent close to 2 years on Rikers before I was finally convicted and sentenced to state prison. But when I came home, I went to organizations that were claiming to help formerly incarcerated people, but didn't want to offer an opportunity to work. And so Fortune was the organization that offered me an opportunity to give back. I really discovered who I am when I was in prison. I went to school, graduated from college, and realized that my destiny was really in my hands. It wasn't in my circumstances. It wasn't where I was born or raised, but that I could make a difference in my life if I just believed. And education helped me believe in who I could be, and Fortune gave me an opportunity to put that into practice.
How'd they do that?
They gave me an opportunity. They hired me as a counselor. And every day what we do is we see the beauty in people before they see it in themselves, like they seen in me. And we provide the foundation through education, employment, substance abuse treatment, housing. We provide the wraparound services.
Why don't we throw a quick clip, video, show a little bit more about the Fortune Society. Let's check it out.
I went to the penitentiary when I was a teenager. So when I came home in 1973, I was a man in pain. I came home May 2nd. I was at Fortune May 3rd. May 3rd of 1972 was my new birth.
I grew up in prison, and so going outside, it was kind of like going to the moon. My mother passed away. My father wasn't doing too well. So as a result of that, I actually started thinking about coming to Fortune. I knew about the castle. I knew that it was a safe place.
Wow. What's it like for you to see the men and women who you've helped in this way, you and your colleagues? What's it like for you?
Well, the castle is our residence, and and I go every Thursday to the community meetings. I'm long retired, but it's I'm constantly reminded of the struggle that people have, and blessed that we have a place that gives them an opportunity to find out who they can be. We never ask them. We don't talk about what they did. We want to know what they want to do.
Why not?
Because people shouldn't be defined by the worst thing that they've ever done. In therapy or in individual counseling, they can talk about that. But in groups, media people always want to know. What people come and visit us and say, what did they do?
Well, excuse me for interrupting you. I intentionally didn't even ask you that, even if our producers wanted me to. But I'm sitting there going, I'm curious, but I'm thinking, why is that relevant? Is it relevant?
It's not relevant. What I did is not who I am. And what I did, I paid for. I was convicted. I was sentenced to state prison. I served my time. I finished parole. And since I've been home, I've held a job. I paid my taxes. I raised my family. I was able to purchase a home. I have grandkids. My kids are all doing well, working, grown, giving back. So what I did shouldn't matter. It's who I am today. And today I'm an advocate, I'm a father, I'm an African-American man that stands proudly to see the potential in people coming home from prison. And I say all the time, prison is not the answer. What's the answer is helping people build lives, helping build communities.
You know, we have this conversation every day with our friend, former Governor Jim McGreevey in New Jersey. We were actually at the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, that's the name of their organization, in Jersey City at St. Peter's University. You guys were there as well for a major conference on this. The movement, the prisoner reentry movement.
Well, there's another part of it, too.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The alternatives. In addition to our people coming out, we go into court, and the courts, the DAs and the judges mostly will give us young first offenders. But what we do is deal with them in an environment that's the antithesis of prison. We support them, celebrate them, give them an opportunity, and they don't have to do the time. That's the real answer.
Where did you get the idea? Sorry for interrupting. Where did you get the idea that virtually every prisoner, every ex-offender, excuse me,
Formerly incarcerated person is
every formerly incarcerated person, the language matters.
Yes.
Can be rehabilitated and be a contributing member to society. Where did you get that sense so long ago?
The people coming to us constantly fooled me, because somebody would walk in and you think, gee, what a load of problems he has, and then you watch the slow evolvement. Everybody doesn't make it, but you don't know beforehand. You can't predict future behavior of people, and so many people are bursting to have something else. I always remember one guy said that I knew there was something else, I just didn't know where to find it. And when he came to the Fortune Academy, he said, and he looked like a ragamuffin when he came in, Kaz Torres, and he just blossomed.
Check you out. You remember the name.
Yeah, well, it was like, remember those old botany classes when you see the flowers slowly opening up? That's what you see, is people coming in with the prison face and the prison attitude and learning how to laugh.
And what we do at Fortune, the men and women walking through our doors are not numbers. They're not. They have names. They have personalities. They have
stories,
hopes and dreams.
lives.
They have stories, and they have lives. And what we try to do is elevate and hold those things until they can hold it for themselves.
Before I let you out of here, I'm sorry for interrupting, real quick. Any one public policy change on the federal level that would make a difference?
So eliminating solitary confinement. Because people get destroyed in there, and they come out and they take their rage out on the public that they can't do while they're incarcerated. It's a real anti-crime movement.
Did you ever do solitary?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I was in solitary.
How long?
I was in solitary for maybe for about 60 days. But it does...
Dehumanizing?
Oh, you're isolated. You're locked in for 23 hours a day. You get one shower a week. It was one phone call a week. It removes you from an already chaotic environment, survival in prison.
I have a long list of additional
straight isolation.
Why don't we do this? We have the Fortune Society website up. People check it out and find out more about you guys. David and Stanley, wonderful work. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be here checking you out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay right there. This is One-on-One. This was One-on-Two, and we'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 30 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by New Jersey Sharing Network, Adler Aphasia Center, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, United Airlines, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, Guarini Institute for Government and Leadership at St. Peter's University, and by Englewood Health. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.